Hi, my name is Amélie. This is my microphone because I don't have any money. I decided to make this video because I wanted to talk about books, movies, and how I have the sun in my face. Amazing. Great. We can't see shit.
A few moments later.
Okay, let's begin because we're never going to be able to start. So, I decided to create this channel to speak about books, movies, shows that I've watched and that I want to talk about. That's pretty much it, honestly. I'm not like a professional YouTuber or anything. It's actually the very first time I do this sort of things, so yeah, I'm not good at it or anything. So for my very first video, I wanted to speak about this, which is Percy Jackson and the Olympians. It's only the first 5 books. I haven't read the sixth. It's really hard. The last one, because well, I wanted to read the first 5 books because I actually never read them before. I read the first book and watched like the movies, but that's pretty much it about my knowledge. And so I decided to read the book because of the show that came out like 2 weeks ago. And I was pretty excited about the show, so I wanted to read the book to know about the story a little bit. For the people who don't know about Percy Jackson, it's just simply a small dude named Percy Jackson who's 12 years old and discover that he's the son of Poseidon, the god of sea and wind and shit like this, like ocean, with the trident. Is it trident? I think it's trident. That's it, honestly. And he therefore is like half blood, half human, half god. He has super powers. He can. What can he do? He can control water, and yeah, that's pretty. The biggest thing he can do is like control water, and he also can know when he's like on the sea where he's exactly like the coordinates and everything. There is this camp named Camp Half-Blood, so it's a camp for half-bloods. Pretty, like you can get that. And he's going to become friend with Grover and Annabeth. Grover is like a satire. No, it's not a satire, it's a satire. I think like half human, half goat. Like he has legs of a goat. So yeah. And Annabeth is the daughter of Athena. Yeah. So these 3 are like besties with little complication because, well, they're son and daughters of gods. Okay, yeah. I'm going to, yeah, whatever. Yeah, and they have to do quests to like help the gods. Okay, yeah, the gods. And yeah, because the gods are lazy people and they decide that their son and daughters who never asked to be born are going to go on quests to honestly just die, because like most of the half-bloods go on quests. A lot don't come back alive. because, well, it's dangerous. Honestly, in the first book, Percy needs to go retrieve the lightning of Zeus, and honestly, like just from the very first chapter, he almost died. I don't remember what happens, but being half-blood, you need to. You don't need to. You are followed by monsters who want to kill you. So great. Yeah, and so just being born means that your life is in danger. So cool. It can be cool to be a daughter or son of not Poseidon but a god, because you have power, you can do adventures and everything, but like your life is at risk at any single moment of your life, like any second, except when you're in the camp. Even though, well, if you haven't read the book, and you'll know. If you have read the book, you know what happens with the camp. But yeah, just you're born and you are sentenced to die like everyone, but like at every second you can die because a monster wants to kill you. Wants to kill you. More things about the books. They're written by Rick Riordan? I have no idea how we pronounce that. So yeah, it's written by Rick Riordan. He wrote those 5 books first, like it came out I think in 2005, 2006, in 2007, 2008, in 2009. So I was a baby, because I'm 20 years old, and I'll let you do the math. So it's not old, but it's like a lot of people from my age and older grew up with those books. I haven't, because, well, I haven't read the books when I was a kid. I read it like a month ago. So just when I was younger, I just like saw the movies, because I was more like a movie person than a book person. So I first watched the Harry Potter movies before reading the books. I first watched Hunger Games before reading the books. I first watched Maze Runner before reading the books, and yeah, I first watched the movies before reading the books. And honestly, well, I will not make any comments on the movies because it's been a while, so I don't remember, even though I know a lot of people are like, it's really bad. I don't want to say it's bad. It's a movie which maybe well, it's, I don't remember. I can't say an honest, I can't say much about it because I don't remember the movies. I should rewatch them maybe, but do I want to? No. So I'm just, for the moment, I'm watching the show, which I like, but I'm going to do another video for the books, for the show, because yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to talk about each of them. If I'm going to try to make no spoilers, because if you want to read the book, well, it's better to have these spoilers. Maybe if you have watched the show before reading the books, you will know the story about the first book, but yeah, for the other books, well, there is no movies and the show is not yet to the other books, so you probably don't know the story. But yeah, the first book, Percy and Abbott and Grover need to retrieve the lightning of Zeus, and they need to go to the underworld where Hades is. And well, it's a story, it's technically for kids. Well, kids 12 years old. But the story is pretty simple. They got a mission and they're going to do this mission with monsters who try to kill them and things try to stop them and a lot of things. I'm not going to explain every details because, as I said, maybe you already know the story, so you don't need a recap of the book. And if you haven't read the books, well, it's maybe better to read the books to discover the story than just listen to me who don't know how to speak. Amazing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to say if they succeed, or if they are going to die, but you can guess, like, if there's 4 other books and 6, you can get that probably, maybe, they're not going to die. At least Percy's not going to die. The others, then they're not going to die. But you never know. You don't know what can happen. So yeah. Second book, another mission to save camp. Why? What happened to the camp? I'm not going to say because, well, again, I don't really want to spoil the people. The third book is, you can guess, another mission to save people. Honestly, the first mission, like the first book, is pretty simple in a way. It's just they need to go search for something and give it back to the gods and go back to their life. The others are more like saving the world. Even though the first book, well, just with that is lightning. It's like it can create problems, but it's not like the biggest issue. Even though it seems to be a big issue in the first book, but when you start to read the other books, you realize it was not that big of a deal. You know, it's like it's not the big issue, the biggest issue at least. Yeah, so the second book need to do something to save the camp. In each book you have kind of new characters, especially the second book you have a new character, third book you have a lot of new characters. The fourth and the fifth less because, well, it's pretty much the same characters than before. So yeah, in the third book you have new characters and they need to save. Well, they need to save camp and the world. Third book, they don't need to save camp. They need to save people. Important people, close people from their heart. And, well, it can save the world too. Especially like the mythological world, but also the human world. And the fourth book, they need to save camp. And it can save the world too. Wow. They're not 12 anymore, but just teenagers who are there to just save the world. Yeah. No, it's not scary. You're not a lot of pressure, you know. If Percy dies, the world is doomed. That's pretty much it. So it's not it's not great to have such pressure on your elbows, but I guess, is it elbows? Shoulders. Yeah, and the fifth books, well, it's kind of the finale, the big, well, explosion, climax. I don't know which words to use, but yeah, it's kind of the end of the series, and a lot happens. a lot happens. Yeah. So honestly, when I already knew the stories of the first and second book because I read like the first book and already watched the movies which talk about the first and second book. So I already knew pretty much what happens. I didn't remember everything. So when I read the book, it was less entertaining because I already knew what was going to happen. But it was still good. I still really liked it. And I got engaged into the story, drive into the story. I don't know. I was really into the story, so I read the first book, but I did remember. I was not sure of everything, but I still remember things. It was on my brain, like far away, but still there. And then, the second book, I still remember a few things. And then I started the third book, and it was like a brand new story because, there's no movie about it, and I hadn't read it, so it was new for me, and it was really good. And then the fourth and the fifth too were new and was pretty cool. I think I less liked the fifth. I liked it, but because it's like the big finale, honestly, I'm going to say it. It's a big war. You can get that. If you need to save the world, at one point you have like a war. And so a lot of moments were like just really strategies and what people needed to do, and it was really military in some sort. It just felt less like a mission. You need to succeed and you have obstacles in your path, and so you could guess the end because it's still a giant book, so you can know how it's going to end, even though you don't know every thing for every characters. But I don't think I can put them like on scale to 1 to 5, like which one is the first, which one is the second. I really all liked them. They're all really good and really interesting, and I'm not really into first person narrators because most of the time, I don't like the narrator. It's like it's a thing for me for like main characters. It can be hard for me. So first person narrators, it can be hard for me to like the characters, but here Percy is probably one of my favorite characters of the series because he's kind of really amazing. Like, it's really funny, sassy too, and just I really liked how it's written because it's almost seems like a diary. Like every title of each chapter is like, it's like the day I almost killed my teacher of algebra, something like this. I think it's first or second chapter of the first book, and you're like, okay, dude, why? Honestly, the first time I read the book, I was like, is it like a sarcastic book about Percy Jackson? Is it the real title? Because most of the time you have just chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, like basic things. Sometimes you have like names for the title, but it just not much. I don't have any examples. It really seems like it just friend talk to you and explain just really simply what happens. It's really original, I think. It changes from other books I've read. It's a new way of telling a story, and a way I really liked, even though it's first person narratives, so you only got Percy vision of the world. It's because Percy is like a clueless teenage boy, and it's really funny because sometimes, well, he reminds me of me. I don't know, I think it's really funny. Okay, so I'm sorry, the lighting is pretty bad. I had an issue with my camera. I didn't have any battery, so change of lighting. I'm sorry, so I didn't remember exactly what I was talking about, but just I'm going kind of end this video because I think I've talked pretty much about everything I wanted to talk about. So yeah, if you haven't read Percy Jackson, you should definitely read it if you're interested in like adventure and mythology and sassy characters. So yeah, kind of conclude, I really liked it. I think you can like it, even though I don't know you, so I don't know. But yeah, if you like mythology, monsters, adventure, funny characters, could be definitely for you. It's 5 books. There's other series in the same universe. I haven't read them yet. I think it's like Heroes of Olympus, something with Apollo and other things. So yeah, this is the beginning of the books of Rick. I'm going to name it Rick because I can't pronounce its family name, but yeah. I hope you like this video. I hope you are interested in reading the book if you haven't read the book, or maybe if you have read the book you want to reread the book. I hope that you like the video, and yeah, I guess see you in the next video. Bye!